Pack your bags. You're moving to your soulmate's Hollywood celebrity estate. Have you ever felt a stirring deep within your spirit? A quiet voice telling you that something greater, something extraordinary, is about to unfold in your life. Beloved, this is not your imagination. It is a divine whisper from heaven. If you have been sensing a shift, if you've been waking up with an unexplainable excitement in your soul, know this: your season of waiting is drawing to a close. God says, prepare yourself, because your soulmate is not only closer than you think they are, about to welcome you into a life you never dreamed possible. Welcome, dear family of faith, to this sacred space of prophetic revelation. Whether you are joining for the first time or you have been walking this journey with us faithfully, I greet you with the love of Christ and the peace of the Spirit. Take this moment, settle your heart, and allow heaven's voice to minister to you. And as we step into this powerful word today, I invite you gently subscribe to the Angel Code message channel and let every divine message uplift, strengthen, and align you with the destiny God has prepared. Before we go deeper, I ask you to activate your faith even now. Write in the comments, I believe. This simple declaration is more than words. It is your way of saying to heaven, yes, Lord, I receive this prophetic word into my life. My beloved, hear this. God has appointed a younger, wealthy individual with a pure heart to walk this journey with you. This person is not just blessed materially, but has been purified spiritually, prepared to carry both you and the mission God has planted in your hearts. Proverbs 18:22 declares, he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. You are about to step into that divine favor. This connection will not only bring love, but restoration, both materially and spiritually. For so long, the enemy tried to make you believe that delay meant denial. You questioned if you were overlooked, if God had forgotten your prayers, if others were chosen while you were left behind. But hear the Spirit. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. The delay was not punishment, it was preparation. Both you and your soulmate had to undergo refining, fires breaking, shaping, and molding. Only now are you both truly ready for the magnitude of what heaven is about to release. Take a moment and ask yourself, could this stirring in your spirit be the sign you've been waiting for? Could it be that the dreams you've been having, the unexpected thoughts about relocation, the visions of new beginnings, are heaven's way of saying, pack your bags, child, because your new life is calling. Your soulmate is not just any individual. God says they are connected to influence, wealth, and even recognition in places you once thought unreachable. Hollywood itself is not just a place of glamour, it's a symbol here of elevation, a prophetic picture of God seating you in high places. Psalm 37:4 tells us, delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. You delighted in Him when no one saw your tears, when your sacrifices went unnoticed, when your loyalty to God cost you friendships and opportunities. Now heaven says it is time for reward. But I hear God correcting your fear. You've been worried about differences, status, age, appearance, even the fact that they may seem out of your league. But child, remember Ecclesiastes 3:11. He has made everything beautiful in its time. In God's timing, all things align perfectly. Age is nothing in the spirit. Wealth and status are tools, not barriers. Appearance fades, but a heart after. God remains eternal. What matters most is that heaven has orchestrated this union, and what God has joined together, no man, no spirit, and no circumstance can separate. Let this confirmation settle in your spirit. Your days of rejection are over. The wounds you carried from past relationships, where you felt unseen, unloved, or abandoned, are being healed even now. God says, "I will restore the years the locust has eaten," Joel 2:25. This new relationship will not only bring healing to your heart, but will redeem every tear, every loss, every painful night you endured. You will finally see why God protected you from those who left, those who betrayed, those who misused your love. They could not carry the weight of your destiny, but this soulmate has been anointed to walk beside you. Listen carefully. You will begin to notice clear signs. This person will come with unusual boldness, ready to step into your life without hesitation. They will speak words that echo prayers you thought were private. They will show up in ways that reveal divine orchestration, not human coincidence. Genesis 2:18 reminds us, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." Heaven has already prepared this helper for you, and you for them. Do not be surprised if God nudges you toward travel, new environments, or even relocation. The packing of bags is both literal and symbolic. It is God moving you out of your comfort zone, aligning you with new places where your destiny and your soulmate will collide. As Abraham was told in Genesis 12:1, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you." So too are you being called into transition. And I must tell you this: spiritual opposition has tried to resist this union. The forces of darkness have fought tirelessly to keep you in cycles of delay, distraction, and doubt. But the hand of God has shielded you. No curse, no monitoring spirit, no ancestral opposition will prevail against the covering of heaven. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. This marriage is under divine protection, and the gates of hell shall not prevail. Pause and breathe this truth in. Gratitude is the final key. Even before you see the manifestation, begin to thank God. Say, "Lord, I thank you that my bags are packed, that my heart is ready, and that my divine partner is coming forth." For in heaven, it is already done. In your spirit, it is already confirmed. You are simply waiting for the physical to align with the eternal. Beloved, understand this. Your union is not just about two people falling in love. It carries generational impact. Through this connection, your children, your lineage, your legacy will be marked by covenant blessings. Your love story will serve as a testimony, breaking patterns of divorce, restoring faith in marriage, and glorifying God before nations. But from everlasting to everlasting, the Lord's love is with those who fear Him, and His righteousness with their children's children. Psalm 103:17. This is bigger than you, it is kingdom work. And so, child of God, as you hear this word, lift your heart in faith. Whisper to your own spirit, "This word is mine. I receive it." Because when God speaks, He does not send His word to return void. Beloved, as you receive this word, let your heart be still and your spirit open. God is not only preparing you to meet your soulmate, He is preparing you to move into a season where abundance, influence, and love flow together as one. The Hollywood estate in this prophecy is not just about material wealth or luxury. It is a divine symbol of elevation, a representation that your story is being rewritten, from overlooked to chosen, from rejected to celebrated, from hidden to revealed, the Spirit of God says. For too long you thought you would always remain in the shadows, watching others live the life you prayed for. But now, I am shining my light upon you. I am seating you in high places, and your testimony will be a public display of my goodness. Remember Deuteronomy 28:13, which promises, "The Lord will make you the head, not the tail." If you pay attention to the commands of the Lord your God that I give you this day and carefully follow them, you will always be at the top, never at the bottom. Take a moment and let this truth sink in. God is elevating you not for your ego, not for empty applause, but for His glory. And your soulmate, the younger and wealthy individual God is aligning you with, is a vessel of this divine elevation. They have resources and influence, but most importantly, they have a heart that has been refined by fire. They have known what it is to be surrounded by people yet feel utterly alone. They have experienced both the lure and the emptiness of success, and in that emptiness, they turned to God. Now, He is bringing you into their life to complete a greater purpose. Hear this with clarity. Your soulmate's wealth is not a barrier, is an assignment. God has entrusted them with riches, not just for self-enjoyment, but for kingdom work. Together, you will steward resources for impact, building homes, supporting missions, uplifting the broken, and leaving behind a generational inheritance of both faith and provision. Proverbs 13:22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." Your union will mark the beginning of such an inheritance. Do not let insecurity creep in. The Spirit says, "My child, do not look at what you lack compared to them. Do not compare your background, your bank account, or your outward appearance. I chose you not because of what you could give, but because of who you are in me." Psalm 139:14 reminds us, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well." Your soulmate sees the treasure within you, the treasure that even you doubted sometimes. Let this confirmation settle in your heart. You are not an accident, nor are you being chosen as a consolation. You are the one God preserved for such a time as this. Esther 4:14 declares, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." Just as Esther was elevated into a palace for kingdom impact, you too are being prepared to step into a divine place of influence. But pause here, beloved, and reflect. Are you ready to carry the weight of this blessing? Are you ready not only to receive love, but to walk faithfully in the purpose this union will demand? Because make no mistake, this is not just about personal happiness. This is about kingdom assignment. God is joining you with a soulmate whose name and influence reach far. Together, your love will be a lamp, a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. The Spirit says, you will know them not just by their words, but by the peace they carry. You will feel an instant recognition in your spirit, as though you've known them before. Their voice will sound like confirmation. Their presence will feel like home. They will speak to your destiny, not your insecurity. They will awaken joy, not fear. Take a moment and ask yourself, could this be why the Spirit has been nudging you toward new beginnings? Could this be why every door you tried to open in past seasons was shut, but now, suddenly, opportunities are flowing? God was reserving you, keeping you, setting you apart until both your hearts were prepared. And I must remind you, your past wounds are being healed in this union. The shame of rejection, the sting of abandonment, the grief of watching others build families while you stood waiting, those tears were not wasted. Psalm 56:8 says, you keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. God has recorded every tear, and now He is redeeming them through this love. Do not worry about opposition, because yes, the enemy sees what is coming. He fears the generational impact of this union. He has tried to keep you isolated, insecure, and doubtful. He has whispered lies that you are unworthy or that your time has passed. But God silences those lies with His word, for the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hastens toward the goal, and it will not fail. Though it tarries, wait for it, for it will certainly come. It will not delay. Habakkuk 2-3. Child of God, your appointed time has come. The delay was not God's absence. It was His alignment. He was shaping your character, purifying your heart, and teaching you trust. He was also shaping your soulmate, moving counterfeit voices, protecting them from wrong unions, and preserving them for you. Even now, you may begin to notice signs. You may have dreams of traveling, visions of grand homes or estates, or sudden opportunities that push you out of your comfort zone. Do not dismiss them as coincidence. They are spiritual breadcrumbs, divine hints guiding you to prepare for what is coming. And what of the estate? Why Hollywood? Because God is showing you that your union will not be hidden, it will be seen. This is a testimony that cannot be ignored. Just as David was taken from the fields and brought into the palace, you too are being lifted into visibility. Psalm 23-5 declares, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows." This love, this home, this estate, it will be a table God sets publicly, so that even those who doubted you will know that the hand of the Lord is upon you. So what must you do now? Begin with gratitude. Thank God in advance. Lift your voice in prayer, declaring, "Lord, I thank you for aligning my steps. I thank you for preserving me and my soulmate. I thank you for the love, the home, and the generational legacy you are bringing forth." Gratitude is your key. It unlocks heaven's abundance. Philippians 4-6-7 reminds us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Beloved, receive this. The bags are not just symbolic of travel, they are also spiritual. Pack your bag with faith, with purity, with forgiveness, with vision. Leave behind bitterness, fear, and doubt, because you cannot step into this new estate carrying the weight of old wounds. God says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing." Isaiah 43:18-19. Beloved, for here the Spirit begins to reveal why the preparation was so long and so necessary. Too many times we desire the blessing but overlook the weight that comes with it. The truth is, God could have introduced you to your soulmate years ago, but had He done so, the relationship would not have survived. Both of you needed to be transformed before this divine appointment could manifest. Hear the Father's voice, "My child, I could not place you together while wounds were still raw, while pride still whispered lies, while impatience still clouded your discernment. I had to prepare you both in secret, so that when you meet, there will be no doubt that it is my hand at work." You see, your soulmate had their own journey of breaking and rebuilding. Wealth and recognition did not shield them from betrayal. In fact, it often attracted people who came with empty hands and empty hearts. They learned through pain that not everyone who smiles truly loves, and not everyone who claps is clapping for your success. In their private prayers, they ask God for someone real, someone pure, someone whose love was not tied to what they owned, but to who they were. And you, child of God, you were being prepared in silence too. You had to learn to trust God even when prayers seemed unanswered. You had to develop strength in loneliness, humility in waiting, and faith in seasons of lack. These years were not wasted, they were training grounds. 2 Corinthians 4:17 reminds us, for our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. The troubles shaped you, but the glory is about to crown you. Take a moment and ask yourself, could the very struggles you endured be the exact preparation for the love you were about to receive? Could it be that the pain you carried has softened your heart, so that now, when your soulmate arrives, you will not take them for granted but cherish them deeply? The Spirit of God says, this is why you could not settle. This is why the counterfeits fell away. This is why I closed doors that seemed good to you. I was protecting the covenant I had prepared. Genesis 52:20 declares, you intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Every rejection, every delay, every heartbreak it was intended by the enemy for your harm, but God is turning it into your testimony. And here is how you will recognize them. The first sign will not be their wealth, their status, or their appearance. It will be the peace you feel in their presence. Philippians 4:7 says, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds. In Christ Jesus, when you meet them, you will feel an unexplainable calm, a knowing in your spirit that this is the one. Conversations will flow effortlessly. Their words will echo your prayers. Their spirit will align with yours like two rivers meeting after a long journey. The second sign will be boldness. They will not hesitate to express their intention. Unlike the ones who left you confused, questioning, and waiting in uncertainty, this soulmate will step forward with clarity. They will say, I know what I want, and it is you. That boldness will not come from human courage, but from divine assurance. The third sign will be divine confirmation. God will use small moments, repeated words, or even scriptures to affirm what your heart already knows. Perhaps you will dream of them before meeting, or hear a sermon that describes your situation exactly. Psalm 37:23 says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Your steps will align supernaturally, and you will marvel at how perfectly heaven orchestrated the meeting. Beloved, let this word settle in you. Your union is not just for companionship, it is for mission. Together, you will break generational curses that plagued your families. Where there was divorce, there will be covenant. Where there was poverty, there will be abundance. Where there was fear, there will be boldness. Where there was silence, there will be testimony. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. 2 Corinthians 10:4. Your marriage will be a weapon, tearing down altars of defeat and establishing altars of victory. God says, this relationship is not for show, is for legacy. The children that will come forth will be arrows in my hand, voices in the wilderness, leaders in their generation. Through your union, my name will be exalted in homes, in cities, and even in nations. Psalm 127:3-5 declares, children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them, but the Spirit also. Ones do not enter this season with the baggage of the past. Do not bring mistrust where God is building covenant. Do not carry fear where love is about to dwell. Take this time to release bitterness, forgive those who hurt you, and cleanse your heart of doubt. Ephesians 4:31-32 says, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." This is the final preparation before the manifestation. And so, child of God, see yourself packing not just bags for a physical move, but spiritual ones. Lay down unbelief, pack gratitude. Lay down fear, pack faith. Lay down shame, pack confidence in who you are in Christ. For when you step into this new season, there will be no room for the old. Isaiah 61:7 proclaims, "Instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion, and instead of disgrace, you will rejoice in your inheritance. And so you will inherit a double portion in your land, and everlasting joy will be yours." Do you feel the Spirit confirming this word even now? That quickening in your soul, that tear welling in your eye, that sense of anticipation rising within. Those are signs that heaven is aligning. You are not imagining this. You are stepping into divine timing, and the Lord Himself is saying, "Pack your bags, child. The wait is over." Beloved, I want you to lean in with a heart full of expectation. Everything you have endured, every tear, every waiting season, every moment you wondered if God had heard you, was never in vain. Heaven is aligning your steps, and your destiny is unfolding in front of you. God says, "My child, I have shielded you from battles you never even saw. I have turned away storms before they reached you. I have blocked counterfeit unions that would have drained you. I have fought for your heart in the unseen realm, because what I am giving you is too precious to be destroyed by the enemy." This union has been a battleground in the spirit. The enemy knew that once you joined with this soulmate, you would not only find joy, but also release a wave of generational blessings. That is why warfare has been so intense. The sleepless nights, the confusing delays, the cycles of near breakthroughs were not signs of abandonment, but of resistance. Yet through it all, God's protection has covered you like a shield. Psalm 91:11 says, "For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Angels have been on assignment, guarding both you and your soulmate until this appointed time. Take a deep breath and let this settle. You were not forgotten, you were fortified. Every battle you survived is proof that the promise is real and near. And now, the key to manifestation is gratitude. Gratitude shifts your spirit from waiting to receiving. Gratitude turns fear into faith and scarcity into abundance. When Jesus multiplied the loaves and fishes, He began by giving thanks, John 6:11. When Lazarus was raised, Jesus lifted His eyes and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me," John 11:41. Gratitude releases miracles. So begin, now thank God, not only for what He has done, but for what He is about to do. Say aloud, "Lord, I thank you for my soulmate. I thank you for the home you are preparing. I thank you for the love that will heal and the legacy that will last." Child of God, prepare yourself. Your love story will not be hidden. It will be a testimony displayed openly, a beacon of hope for others. That is why the estate Hollywood, the symbol of visibility, is part of this prophecy. The world will see what God has done in your life, and many will glorify Him because of your testimony. Matthew 5:16 declares, Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Your marriage will silence the mockery of the past. Those who questioned your worth, who laughed at your waiting, who whispered that your time had passed. God will prepare a table before you in their presence. Psalm 23:5. And when they see the joy in your eyes, the love that surrounds you, the covenant you carry, they will know it was not by your own strength, but by the hand of God. Take a moment, beloved, and envision it. See yourself walking into a new home, your soulmate beside you, laughter filling the rooms, peace resting on every wall. Feel the weight of loneliness lifting, replaced by companionship. Sense the healing of old wounds as love touches places no words could reach. This is not a fantasy, it is a prophetic reality waiting for you to step into it. And I hear the Lord saying, "Do not fear the magnitude of what I am giving you. You are equipped, you are ready, you are chosen. Walk boldly into this new season, because I go before you." Isaiah 41:10 assures us, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help. You, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Beloved, as this word comes to a close, let faith rise in your spirit. This is your season. The delays are over. The divine alignment is here. Your soulmate is stepping forward. Your bags are being packed, and your destiny is unfolding. Now, I invite you to seal this word with a declaration of faith. Write in the comments, "Blessed and ready." This is more than engagement, it is agreement. With heaven, it is your way of saying, "Yes, Lord, I receive this." If this prophetic word has touched your heart, like this video as a sign of gratitude, and subscribe to Angel Code Message channel for more divine insight and spiritual confirmations. Each word released here is designed to strengthen your walk, awaken your spirit, and prepare you for the blessings God has ordained. Remember always, you are not forgotten, you are chosen. You are not abandoned, you are appointed. You are not overlooked, you are being revealed. Your love story is in God's hands, and soon the world will marvel at what He has done. So pack your bags, child of God. A new chapter is here. Your soulmate is ready. Your destiny awaits.